Hello there, peeps. Celine here, and welcome to is a blog video this time. I'm not actually going to do reading or using text to read or text to speech for any video, or not for this video. This is more of a general update video for Elyasia and to throw out ideas for you guys. Because on top of my Let's Plays and speed art, I do want to use my YouTube to help me uh get a small community for my fan fiction. Excuse you, Xbox. Freak. This is one of the AIs I use. It's a paragraph rewriter. It rewrites any style I want, if I want to use a style, to rewrite it into a more, I don't know. It actually adds more details, believe it or not. Because this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. So yeah, it does change it. And I can change this to friendly. Hit rewrite. And it actually changes it to friendly. Huh. Broke it into 2 paragraphs too. Huh. But I only use this on other site-wise bits due to the fact it can't do any soft gore. Because I do want to do soft gore in a sense. Because that's what the first chapter starts with. Soft gore. With the blood and him being attacked in the back. That's soft gore in my case. I do want to throw my hand into soft gore because I don't want to be too gory in a sense. But I do want it to be some gore. So I'm going to go for the middle ground and do soft gore. Did this break away? Yeah, it did. That's why it keeps coming off, because it broke. It broke away. A little foam holding it. Oh well, that's fine. That's why this keeps moving. I'm going to take it off when I'm recording, because I'm not really looking at it. So I'm not spitting on it or anything. Well, I don't really spit when I talk anyways. But to move on, the idea... Let's get some better lighting. Okay. Now, the updates. I did very small updates. For now, I'm slowly updating the site. I finished editing chapter 1, or arc 1, chapter 12 and 13. So all the chapters have been officially updated, rewritten, add more details, all that good jazz. Edited a few one-shots, which I'm using grammar. This thing, grammar whatever, to help me, because I do know my grammar sucks. And I added one new one-shot called Long Walks. which was technically part of a challenge for a fluff challenge where I write 12 one shots that's nothing but fluff. Which, if you don't know, fluff is basically cute one shots. So here's the update as of for right now. I'm no longer authorizing Contact Shake AI since it recently updated has made it a paid service. If anyone has recommends for any reliable AI tool that will assist with adding details, please share. I still have paragraph rewrite for basic tasks, but I could really use some guidance for non-safe to work content, mostly sexual, because I do have a sexual one shot that I'm using as a reference, and I do have Lynn's first sexual scene in chapter 1, or Yoko Kurama's chapter. I can use her part, or that's paragraph 2, because even though she didn't truly get into true detail of the sexual content, it's a good basic one that I can use to see if it could get more details. Because I'm not going to post it anywhere. It's just for reference. Am I going to use it for the story? No, no. I actually want my story to be a lot different. I don't want to have the princesses using sex to bind their guys to them. No, 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 no. They're using trust. And the fact that most of the guys that are under the girls have nowhere else to go. So the sexual part, I mean, yeah, the princesses would have sex with their guys, obviously. Because Mira, she loses her first time to Cinta, who is helping her get over her fox fear because her father didn't help. He kind of scared her a bit. So Yoko's helping with that, or Cinta's helping with that, as Soren and the future dragon are going to help with the dragon fear. Even though Sora's not truly a dragon, he is uh he's still counted as a dragon, even though he's a half breed. So yeah, I would like to have an AI for sexual, again, for the soft gore sections and for any of the sexual one shots I truly want to uh try writing, because there's at least two. I only claim one of them. It's in case I have a partner who actually can write sexual one shots, who can come in and write the sexual one shot. Okay. Alternatively, if you have any resources that could help me improve my non-safe to work writing skills, that would be appreciated too. I'm considering rereading Otherworld to see how the author handled the sexual elements. And I'm talking about the future chapters, not the earlier chapters. Because I do skim over the chapters as I'm posting them. I'm not reading Otherworld as I'm posting. I'm skimming over it. Especially if I'm adding the break every chapter or every paragraph. Doing 2 breaks so it's readable. Because right here is 2 breaks. But I found a routine that will help me get Otherworld posted if I truly want to get it posted fast. I am currently working on one shots and very short fan fiction. Moving on. However, keep in mind, Elyasia is not primarily a sexual story. There will be some sexual one-shots and scenes, but they won't be the main focus. Like I said here, it contains sexual themes and scenes, but that's not the main focus. It is a truly a true slice of life story. Remember, Elyasia is primarily a slice of life fanfiction. I plan to explore more slow burn storylines later, especially with Lyra and Ryan. Actually, I think I'm doing that with those two. Cause at the very front of the story is established or I established that there's something with those two. Is it hate? Is it love? Is it just fondness? Truly, no one truly knows because the princess throws shit at him and she wants him nearby at all times. But as you notice, uh, as the story progresses, she stops being so mean to him. She actually slows down and realizes her actions are not normal. Because she actually does realize she loves him. She just has a hard time hard time showing that to him because she's the only thing they have is her throwing things at him and being mean to him. Ryan is truly used to it, so he doesn't care. So, in the chapter that says the chapter Fate truly hates him, which is his chapter, by the end of it, she apologizes for everything. And he literally says, I don't, well, I'm not going to quote it because I don't remember. But he mostly says, along the lines, don't quote me, you have to read the chapter, to that he's fine, he's used to it. So I do believe I'm doing a slight slow burn storyline with those two, but I'm not generally sure. Which I don't know why it's called storyline. I'm not really doing a storyline per se because no one's story is complete. The beginning story is complete. I'm establishing them. I'm having a hard time pronouncing that word. I'm establishing them to the realm and into the story. as for their actual storyline, they're going to be, there's random storylines going on. So, it's like a soap opera. Except it's slice of life. Because I can't write soap. I can't write drama. And then right here in this chapter, I basically say that I'm doing the chapters for you guys in order to attract some more visitors and receive some support, aka a small community. Because I do have a forum that I don't technically share as much. But I do have a roleplay forum if you guys are interested in it. See, I do have a roleplay forum. I do check it. Well, I don't check this part, but I do come down here and check this part. Well, and this part, but eh. I always have so many guests, but no one joins. Huh. But yeah, I got 3. This is a bot. This is a bot. 3 technically members, and no one posts but me. Literally. Which I do think, I do want this forum to be big. Because I do have events, site-wise, challenges, event, and 2 events here. I do have things here, like the Discord server, roleplay rules, site rules, main site, game hall, canon lists, all that. And this will be a feature, our feature, roleplay where me or the staff will feature one one storyline per month. So yeah, I do have a roleplay server. I also have a Discord that's generally for this site. So yeah, I do want to build a small community, not a big community, just a small dedicated community. Something similar to what Otherworld had back when Lynn was actively working on it. I know she passed away. I just want to carry on her legacy in a sense. And I know people really like her story, so I do want to have a dedicated shrine where people can come and read it and say, huh, Otherworld is similar to this. Or Elyasia is similar to this. I might actually like Elyasia too. And maybe read my story as well. I'm not taking credit for her story. No. In fact, I'm not doing anything similar to her story. Because towards the end of Otherworld 1, there's a war. No, she has to. She finds her soulmate. The princess finds her soulmate. At the whole part of Arc 2 or Otherworld 2 is Naraku and the war coming. Yeah, okay, I'm not doing that. I don't have a main bad guy. I really don't. I did similarly want to take the war concept, except with Ion, Chrono's twin brother, who put him in a tomb. But I wouldn't know how to work that character. So that was dropped out. Because technically, I don't really want to do a war scene. I did read the war scene. I don't really care for it, even though I do want to show off Matthias's true form at some point. But that's another suggestion. That's a suggestion for my what my husband said. And I also say I'm actively on YouTube, which I not YouTube. Go away. On Discord, which I am. I say busy, but I am. And I also say you can leave comments here because if you click here, a little pop up shows up. You can leave a comment here. So, yeah, there's that. But I have ideas. I have ideas. Okay. Matthias is getting a little sister who's going to be a witch similar to Ryan. Or not Ryan. Similar to Raina. Except she's going to have some dog demon features. Because she's technically going to be Susumaru's sister. No, her actual soulmate is Susumaru. So Susumaru would still be the father. She just still has sex with Koga. So I don't know. Koga is confirmed alive. Not really. He's confirmed missing. But that's because in a one shot, I'm gonna confirm he's sealed up. Because at the end of his one shot that I'm writing, he's gonna be hurt severely from the fire and the Inuyasha thing. What really killed him is going to damage him badly. But he survives it. Nonetheless, he actually does come out of the fire, survived. Just just really, really damaged. Which I'm gonna use a roleplay as a to base it or to get it started. But the way I plan to do it is after the fire and such, he's found alive outside the wreckage. And Reina, her first life, she actually gets him to a cave in the western area with Susumaru's help, obviously. And with Koga's agreements, she puts him to sleep. Susumaru hears something, leaves, as the witch is putting up a barrier to protect Koga while he's in the deep sleep. So he does not actually know what's going on. Well, one of his enemies finds out about this because he has a bunch of enemies, obviously. And apparently Rayana has enemies. And I didn't know that. But she seals him and gets killed. So, in her dying wish, she finishes the seal permanently and she apologizes to Koga. I know I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. I don't care. I'm talking about him. So Sumeru actually finds her. Actually, Matthias and Susumu finds her bleeding out, and she's on the verge of death. There's not coming back from it. Matthias, being a young dog demon, that just kills him because his mother just died in front of him. But it actually turns Susumu into the cold-hearted person we know him from the anime because of it. And no one knows who killed her. So Subaru goes to find out who killed her because that is his mate. His soulmate, to be exact. That he himself doesn't know about yet. He doesn't find out that they're actually soulmates until the second life. Because in her dying breath, well, not really. As she's dying, she tells her magic to stay with her soul and stay dormant with all of her memories. And she means all of her memories to give on to the next life. Because she knows her soul will be reborn. Because she did the spell herself to put her in that loop. So she's in an eternal loop until she gets with Susumu and lives a long life. She'll be in the eternal loop to keep coming back to him. Similar to a roleplay I did with Starlight Lovers, where no matter what, the girl constantly dies and Susumu lives through time to find her. No, he only has to deal with one death. She doesn't die again. But yeah, he's somehow alive. She gets with both father and son again. God, I have a thing for threesomes. But also being with the two dog demons, not only do they help with her issues, she actually helps them not being all power hungry. At least that's what she's doing with Susumu. Or that's what she did with Susumu. Because we all know he's not really a conqueror. Well, he technically is, but in this, when he comes back, he's going to move to Elyasia. To help with Matthias. He's going to be a teacher to Matthias. No, he's going to go back to the west. He's not going to take his title up. No. Well, never mind, you might. Because I'm not doing anything with that. The Inuyasha second generation with his daughter and Susuru's twins. I'm not doing anything with that anime. I have no idea for all of these. No idea about any of these. Well, actually, I do have an idea for this one. For the Mega Man one. Because I keep getting into the Mega Man mood. Right now I'm in a Five Nights at Freddy's mood. Don't ask. I'm not adding Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't want Five Nights at Freddy's coming after me. Or I don't want that fan base coming after me. The way I have the Mega Man universe, I I have an AU inside of it. So it's going to be based on my AU, where Lynn from Battle Network, the first Mega Man that's in the Mega Man games before X, I take Battle Network and I turn that Mega Man into Hub. Because he somehow got from Data into Mega Man. Yeah, Joan. There, I'm gonna. There's a reason for this. Cause yeah, Lynn's father builds both Mega Man, both both Mega Mans, but Lynn maintains Hub's new form. His robot form. And oh my god, I have him perverted. Since he's able to get offline and he can actually run around and be basically free, I turn him so perverted. But moving on from him, you got Lynn. As a young teen, he starts working on X. Because X is actually his project, his actual legacy. He actually works with my character, who doesn't really do any codes. She's actually more talking to X to help with the AI that is X. Because she's not allowed anywhere near Zero. Because her grandfather's already started on Zero. Dr. Wally will not let my character near Zero. Because of how unstable he is. Now, keep it work. He's unstable. That's why he has the Wally virus in him. Because he's uncontrollable. That is confirmed in the actual game. I just took that. Now, in Elyasia, Lynn and Dr. Wally, no. I'm taking all of that. I may add base in. Well, I may add base later. I'm not really sure. But I have a witch that gets with those two. She's a genius. At age 3, she already drew up the concept of X and Zero. At age 5, she already started on both of them. Because what she'll do is she'll do X's arm, his arms, and then she'll turn around and do Zero's arms. Because they are very similar. It's just Zero's more spikier. So she doesn't get them mixed up. Somehow she does not get them mixed up. But while doing their AIs, she noticed at 6 years old, she's already doing their AIs. She's got X's done perfectly. He's functional. He even talked with her. He's all good. She puts him in stasis. Or diagnosis stasis. Now keep in mind, there is a war starting. Because this is back before Arc 1. Or Arc 0. So the war is about to start. This is during the war chapter. With the king and shit. She actually lives through that. Before sealing up both robots, she spends a good long while working with Zero to get him controllable. I mean, she talks to him and everything. He's a functional like X. He just has these strong urges to break things. So she restrains him with his permission. He restrains, but she still talks with him as she's updating, trying to figure out why he's like that. Well, then the Dragon War happened, and the dragons were being very, very aggressive. And she was scared her robots will be pulled into the war to stop the dragons. Especially the king, before he did the massacre and such, knew about her robots. She didn't want them being used for war for any reason. They're not. She didn't build them for war. So she tells Zero she's sorry. She apologized to X, who's already in stasis. He already knows he's going to be sealed up. She already apologized to him beforehand, so he's all Gucci good. He's good. She's more worried about Zero because he's unstable. And she knows at her current age and her limited resources, she can't fix him. So she apologizes to him, puts him in the same stasis, diagnostic stasis like X, with another AI in his stasis pod to constantly run scenarios through him to see what scenario doesn't have him destroying Elyasia. And he himself is okay with this. He actually agreed to do this because he knows she's a little girl. He knows his creator is a little girl. He actually wants to protect her. That's why he's trying so hard not to give in to the urges. She does not build the virus. Zero does not have the virus. In fact, she tries everything but the virus to do it. But the main thing, I want to add technology to Elyasia, like robots, masters, without a virus destroying things. I don't want it to be a lot of robots. I just want to add technology to Elyasia, because that little girl, after putting the robots in a sealed cavern in Mount Sin, after 50 years or so, she finds them again. She grew up. She's not a little girl. She finds them again and is able to fix Zero, because during those 50 years, it found a scenario he doesn't kill everyone. So using that one scenario, she fixes him. He actually is 100% completed. But he's protective as hell with her. She has a base near she has a base here. There's no video. Well, right here. She has a hidden base here. It's like in this little cavern, little dupe. It's in this area. Yes, she traveled all the way up here to seal them. But that's not the point. She has a dedicated laboratory / house, even though it's underground, where she does all the tech shit, the radio, cell phones, all that came from her. Yeah, other people helped, but she's the one who uh created the first prototype to Elyasia, and is the one who came up with the concept of those things, even though the human world already had them. She might be getting the idea from the human world, who knows? But she's the one who creates the prototype for Elyasia themselves. At some point, however, I do want to add Cosmos. The android, just the android. She's not going to get with the X or 0 because my character is literally for X and 0. There's going to be a human character who creates Cosmos to try to outdo the witch. Well, after Cosmos does her thing in the first one where she kills Kevin, after she kills everyone but the creator, she sends her to the witch. So the witch gets to work on another android. Well, she gets to work on an android, not a robot. Actually, completely different. But it's an update, or it's more advanced than X and 0. X and 0 are the most advanced robots in Elyasia, but after Saga adds even more tech to Elyasia, they would be updated to be more androidish for sexual one shots. Yeah. Yes, I do know this video is going to be very long. I do apologize. Also, Sonic the Hedgehog, because I was in a Sonic mood. The idea behind Sonic. If you're a Sonic fan, do not come after me. I'm not trying to throw in the Sonic community under the bus or anything. Just like I'm not doing it with Mega Man. No, I'm not trying to bring that community, the caustic community, to Elyasia. No. I don't want that type of community. I mean, yeah, if some Sonic fans do want to come to Elyasia, that's fine. Same thing with Mega Man, that's fine. Saga, fine. Final Fantasy, that's fine. Literally, any fans from the fan fiction or the fan dub that I'm currently using want to come over, they can. I have nothing against them, as long as they're not toxic. I don't want violence over my weird fan fiction that's using everything and anything thrown at it. But Sonic was more for the cute factor. And I'm only thinking about the core characters, not all the other animals, just the core animals, where they somehow end up in Elyasia. However, they will be shifters. Like, I'll use Sonic for example. Sonic will not only have his hedgehog form, his true form, he'll have a humanoid form with hedgehog ears and tail. He will also have his werehog form. But I'm going to change it so it's only a sellable during the Halloween month, where he's stuck as a werehog once a year for a month. He hates that month. I don't think he'll have super, but he'll have his dark mode where he gets very, very pissed off over something. Where in any mode he's in, or any form he's in, his fur will go completely dark blue. Pretty dark blue, but dark blue. And his eyes will turn red. Like Super. His eyes will go red. And that's only saleable when he's pissed off. There's no chaos that does it. It's the magic in Elyasia that Sonic taps into. As let me get to it. And Sonic's the only one with the four forms. Keep that in mind. If I add him and his friends to Elyasia, he will only have these 4 forms. As his dark form is very, very rare. Amy will only have her true form and her human form. Her human form. Shadow will only have his human form and his true form. Although technically I think he has another true form. I'm not 100% sure, because he is created by aliens, so he doesn't turn into a squid thing from the Sonic X Shadow generations. No, I'm not using any of that content. No, that's just weird. He is going to be a science project, though. Probably. I don't really know. I'm not sure how Sonic's gonna, or how Shadow's gonna work. But Amy's gonna be there, Tails is gonna be there. I probably won't do Knuckles because of the Master Emerald. So I will probably do Amy, Tails, Sonic, Shadow through Science, and a alternate version of Silver. For those who like Silver. Those are the 5 Sonic characters I will add. I will not add any more. There will be fan characters for these 4. Actually, 2 of them share a girl, so there's that. Yeah, Sonic and Silver are going to share a girl. Because Shadow doesn't die. He can't die. He's immortal. So I'm going to give him a witch that has the same problem as him. Except she does get reborn, but Shadow stays with her in every life. God, I need to put my hair up. So I'll stop messing with it. I'm trying to think of what else. My husband did throw this in because I do want to add Goku and his friends, or his fusions at least. That means I have to use for. No, I don't. Eh. But my husband actually threw this idea in as a random event that will be in like be probably 2 or 3 chapters of Elyasia in Arc 2. Oh, my phone's going off. Alright, hold on. I'm up. But my husband suggested doing random tournaments for like 2 or 3 chapters for like every other arc. So I can add in random characters for that arc that only show up probably for the tournament. Like Goku and his fusions. As well as Ichigo and his hollow. Which I'm also thinking of hollows being a type of demon. So there's that, and I got no lore updates. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think about those plants? I know I gotten really, really bad details about Mega Man, but that's because I actually want to add Mega Man. I do want to add the tech, like the radios and stuff like that. The idea to add radios is Elyasia is also going to have music, obviously. So the radio is a way to get music from both original music from Elyasia and human music. Because the way the radio is going to tune in, there's going to be a character that's a Tacos radio demon. No, I'm not using Alistair. God, I'm not using Alistair. But there is going to be a demon that's going to take over the radio. That's going to be control of all the music in Elyasia. He may throw in tracks from the human realm, but he controls one station. That's the Elyasia station. There's other stations that's going to be human stations, but again, that's the radio. I don't think there's going to be CDs or anything like that. I don't think I'm going to get that in depth. But that's tech. I want to add tech. Okay. It's going to be medieval with some tech thrown in. Okay? That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Literally. That's the whole point. Which I may have to do I may have to redo Forgotten History again. Because of AI. But that's another video. If you guys are interested in a blog video where I do a live stream, let me know. And we will play around with Elyasia. Basically AI and lore chapters, because oh my god, I'm stuck on a lore chapter. Which, speaking of, chapter 14 is a lore chapter. I have no idea what to do with it, but I do know how to end it. So there will not be a poll for chapter 15, because chapter 15 is going to be him. Literally. Chapter 15 is going to be about the dragon. Because it's going to end with ice crystals showing up in Mount Hiei, and no one knows why. Turns out there's more than one white dragon. It's just the leader of the white dragons is uh Nell. Nell's the leader of the white dragons. He's just not the last of the white dragons. No, they find out there's more white dragons. There's only two. There's only two white dragons. Technically three if you count the leader, but as of right now, there's only three. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, like always. And if you like a one shot or a live stream where we spend all night working on Elyasia, either writing or messing around with AIs, let me know. I'm gonna shut up for a little bit. I will be recording tonight. I will not be adding Jenna Gears to my story. No. Just no. But I will be recording Jenna Gears later tonight. So don't worry, you will have videos. I just need to take a little break to recatch my breath and whatnot. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.